December 5th, a devotional written by Dr. Mark L. Bailey, Chancellor, Senior Professor of Bible Exposition, Dallas Theological Seminary. Our verse is from Luke 1:69, and has raised up the born of salvation in the house of David his servant. The Benedictus of Zacharias. One of the four great hymns of birth narrates in this book of Luke is the blessing of Zacharias celebrating the birth of John and the foreshadowing work of the soon coming Messiah. Luke 1:68 through 79. Rooted in the covenants God made to Abraham and David, and saving work of Jesus is anticipated in this great song of salvation. Blessed is the Lord God of Israel, for he has visited us and accomplished redemption for his people. Verse 68. And has written up a horn of salvation for us in the house of David his servant. Verse 69. As he spoke by mouth of his holy prophets from old. Verse 70. Salvation from our enemies and from the hand of all who hates us. 71. And to show mercy towards our fathers and to remember his holy covenant. Verse 72. The oath of which he swore to Abraham our father. Verse 73. And to grant us that we, being rescued from the hands of our enemies, might serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him in all our days. Verses 74 and 75. And you, child, will be called prophet of the Most High, for you will go on before the Lord to prepare his ways. Verse 76. To give his people the knowledge of salvation and the forgiveness of their sins. Verse 77. Because of the tender mercy of God, which is the sunrise on high, he will visit us, to shine upon those who sit in the darkness and the shadow of death, to guide our feet onto the way of peace. Verses 78 and 79. This poem is structured in 5 pairs of inverse parallel statements echoing 5 significant themes. The intervention of God in human history to bring peace through redemption. The experience of forgiveness through a personal knowledge of the Savior from the royal line of David. The fulfillment of the Old Testament prophecies and the prophetic preparation of God, of John the forerunner. A deliverance from the enemies that allow for a lifetime of service in freedom and holiness. And finally, all this comes about in the fulfillment of God's faithfulness to remember and to keep the covenant and oath he made to Abraham. The song of Zacharias ought to be motivated in all our songs as we worship this Christmas.